What's up, everybody? My name is Slim. 1046 spoilers just dropped. I hope you guys have been having a good week. This is going to be a short one, so let's go ahead and get it. Honestly, what everybody's been waiting for, Raizo, his master plan is finally here. Chapter 1046, titled Raizo. So it's been 5 chapters since we kind of went over Raizo and his defeat of Fukurokuju. So in that chapter, he said that the preparations were almost complete and that he needed to go to the next area. So it seems like we're finally getting information on this. If you remember back, there's a couple plot points that are still not totally finished. So we have Denjiro, we still don't know what happened to Denjiro. Ashura Doji, we have no concrete evidence that he's dead for sure. And then the fire is still lurking around, and Onigashima has not dropped yet. So those kind of things haven't been filled out yet. The Onigashima being dropped will probably end up finishing as soon as Kaido's defeated. But the fire looks like it's going to be happening now. Because then in the spoilers we get Raizo will execute his grand plan, which is the focus of the chapter. And then we get a few panels of Luffy versus Kaido. Then we get Sanji and Zoro returning to the chapters. So I think we're going to be getting more information on Zoro's health, whether he was being talked to by the Grim Reaper. I think he's got to be with Frankie, because Frankie's the one who rescued him. So maybe we'll see Frankie as well. But I really think we're going to find out how Zoro is doing. And then Sanji, we're going to find out what he's thinking about Luffy. And then, I'm still waiting to see. I'm really, really excited on what Momonosuke is going to look as an adult. So I think we're going to be getting that either in the next coming chapters as well, because those are kind of the plot points that we haven't covered. The last thing about this chapter that I didn't go over yet is Raizo's plan is to actually put out the fire of the whole island. And then the chapter ends with Kaido. So we don't really have any more information. Actually, check it now. They just posted a little bit more. The important thing about Raizo is not putting out the fire in the castle itself, but it's how he's going to do it, where his plan comes from, who's going to help him, and how Oda will draw it. So that's a very vague statement, but that's the more information that we just got from Redone. So I'm curious to see. I feel like Raizo has some goofy way. He could be using his scroll to actually put out the fire. And then, let's see, that's probably how he's going to do it. Where his plan comes from, I think maybe it has to do with, there's a couple people that I feel like the plan could be revolving or involving, which would be Denjiro, Hiyori, and then maybe somehow Toki had some influence on the actual plan they had set in motion that Raizo was going to enact. I think that the plan could come from maybe the prophecy, like maybe Toki told Raizo something, or the rest of the Scabbards something, and Raizo was the one that came up with the plan, and that's where it actually came from. I think it's got to have some symbolism from Odin, because we already got Raizo, how his defeat of Fukurokuju was going back to how Odin was defeated, and that was a really good tie-in. So I think that might play a bigger part in the actual finishing the fire, like getting rid of the fire itself. I think Oda could draw it in a more toony way. I know how Luffy, when he crashed down and then went into the Skull Dome, a lot of the people's eyes bulged out their heads, which I feel like is because of Luffy's awakening, and that's why they were able to. If Raizo and the rest of the gang are near Luffy, maybe they'll get tunified, or whatever you want to call it, and they're going to look really weird. And I feel like that could be a reason for how Oda would draw it somewhere, as well as just Oda could also just go back to kind of showing a parallel between Odin and the Scabbards again, just to hit home more, add a little more relevance to them and importance to their storyline. So there's something there. One thing that we still haven't got was Beppo's Sulong form. I don't think it's going to happen this chapter, but I feel like it's coming soon, especially after the SBS news that Beppo actually is really strong with his Sulong form. So I got a feeling that's going to be coming soon. I don't think it's going to be in this chapter. But that's pretty much all I got for this chapter. Hopefully there'll be more spoilers tomorrow before Thursday, which is when the chapter will drop. I'd like to know if you guys have any ideas of what you think is going to happen in this chapter. Leave it in the comment section below. And then I hope you guys have a good rest of your week. I'll have a new video out soon after the chapter comes out. But until then, later.